When it comes to plugins, I'm kind of a drum freak, so I was really excited when I discovered Torque. I think one of you might have told me about it.
I think that was my fault.
I think it might have been your fault, so
But you loved
thank
it
you
because
and I hate you
Yeah.
all at once.
you loved it though because now you don't have to talk to your drummer about tuning anymore.
It's so great because I just don't want to have to talk to any of the musicians anymore. It's really awesome.
Right.
I don't need to talk to them about tuning. I just do it myself. So let's just hear what this is doing. So this is on a snare drum, and this device, man, I'm telling you, this is like changed.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a game changer on how we do drum stuff. So we've got it set here where it's really active. It's doing nothing at the moment. So we're just going to hear the snare source so we can get familiar with that. All right, so good.
It's a really good sounding, snappy snare drum.
Yep.
But we might want to change kind of the resonant frequency or the way the drum itself is tuned based
Right.
on the preference
Like-
for the room or the
Yeah.
song itself or the arrangement or whatever.
So for me, I just want to add a little more thud to it, but in a controlled way. So
A little more
let's just,
tubby.
Yeah, so let's just do that. And I'll go a little farther than normal just so we can really hear
Okay.
what it's doing. Come on, guys, right there.
What I love about it is that the stickiness and the crack is still there on top.
Stayed there.
But it just shifts everything down to make
right.
it just feel like a bigger, fatter
right.
drum.
Okay, so that was just one knob in Magic, but what's the rest of that stuff on there?
Yeah, so some of this stuff, so obviously that's the amount of tuning you're doing to it. But Jeff, tell us on this focus thing, that's pretty interesting what it does.
Yeah, so that's the frequency at which the process is happening, is where the process is centered. So right now we've got it around 159 hertz. And that's because you can see on the amplitude of the waveform there, that's kind of where most of the hits are centered. And
It's
so
like, is that like the resonant frequency of the drum?
that's what it's listening for,
Yeah.
So you can slide that around, and if you're trying to find that frequency, the cool thing is if you hit that little speaker icon and slide it around,
There we go.
you can basically find it that way. So that's the center at which the process is going to happen.
That's great. So looking at the amplitude reading there, you can kind of go where it's somewhere in there where it's
Yep.
hottest and be safe. Okay, so then these other ones are pretty basic. So there's a threshold. So let's play with that a little bit. So it's not engaging at all with the threshold all the way up. So the threshold's acting like it would on a compressor. So
Yep, pretty simple.
and the speed here, that was more almost like an attack and release situation, right?
Yep.
Which for a drum, I think you would want it to be pretty fast because that's the speed at which the process is going to take effect.
Right. Okay. And this is the one I like and I use a lot. So, and when I change cues, I like that this can change with it, you know, in a mix and going from song to song. But I almost approach this like an effect as like a wet or dry. So
Okay.
without having to change all the settings and all this stuff. So let's listen to that.
So it's almost like all process, mid-process, no process.
That's right.
Yeah, cool.
So I usually set mine just a little bit up, just give it a little more love. And then to really make the drums sound like I want it, obviously we're exaggerated here, but I
Yeah.
usually, so let's hear. Let's take it out.
How crazy can you get?
You can get pretty crazy with this. So shall we,
Yeah.
gentlemen?
Nice floor tom snare drum.
You literally don't have to talk to the drummer anymore. No, let's go this way. What happens when we make it a piccolo snare? Welcome 80s. This is brilliant. Seriously, when this
really is.
this thing has helped tone shift and shape the sound of my drums and other little instruments here and there in such a cool way. So
And any of those parameters can be scoped as part of the snapshot from song to song.
That's right.
So you can have different drum sounds depending on the key of the song,
Yep.
the tonality that you're going for, or the degree to which the process is happening.
for me and drums, like this has kind of just become part of my kit on how to make drums sound
Yeah.
the way I want to.
How long have we envied the studio guys being able to replace drums? And then you can use samples live, but that's kind of been looked at as like, oh, well, why would you want to do that?
Right.
This is like the perfect alternative.
It is.
It's
great.
still using real drums, but you get to massage them the way you want.
Yeah. Great plug-in.